Once upon a time, in a town surrounded by a big, beautiful park, there lived a little girl called Mira. She was known in the neighborhood as a kind and helpful girl. Mira was walking through the park after breakfast. The sun was shining warmly on her face, and the sweet smell of flowers filled her little nostrils. As she walked past a small bush, she heard a faint chirping sound. At first she thought it was the sound of a sparrow, but as she stopped to listen, she realized it wasn't. It was a very strange sound, weak and tiny. She would often go out into the park with food for the birds and would play with the stray cats and dogs that lived there. One day in the late spring, when all the flowers were blooming and the birds were singing, it was trying to fly. She was so happy to see that it was getting better. Every day after that, Mira saw the bird flying past her window in the morning. It seemed like the bird was telling her a secret only they could understand. So she opened the window, and the bird flew into the sky. She picked it up and looked at it. It was a beautiful feather, and she knew that it was from her friend. She smiled because she knew that her friend was happy and healthy and was living its life to the fullest. Mira went closer to the bush and carefully looked around it. Everyone loved hearing her story, and they all agreed that she was a true hero. They also agreed that kindness is a superpower that anyone can have, no matter how small or big they are. Then she saw something that made her gasp. On the ground sat a tiny bird with a broken wing. The bird looked up at her with its big, round eyes and chirped weakly. Mira understood that it was thanking her for her kindness. She picked up the bird gently and tucked it inside her shirt, close to her heart. Then she hurried back home. It couldn't fly and was too scared to make a peep. She lined it with soft cotton and made sure it was warm and comfortable. Every morning she would feed the bird seeds and water and sing to it with her sweet, soft voice. She talked to the bird about everything that happened during her day, sharing her joys and sorrows with her new friend. She put the bird in the nest and left some seeds nearby. The bird ate a few seeds and then rested, chirping softly. Mira's heart melted at the sight of the poor little creature. She knew she had to do something to help. She knelt beside the bush and gently said, "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. I'll help you." At home, Mira made a small box into a cozy nest. From that day on, Mira became the bird's caretaker. Every day, Mira hoped that the bird would get better and be able to fly again, but it seemed like it was getting weaker. 2 weeks passed, and Mira started to get worried. She didn't want her friend to die. Then one morning, Mira noticed that the bird was flapping its wings. It circled around Mira twice, as if to say, "Thank you for saving my life and for being such a good friend." And then it flew away into the blue sky. One day, while playing in the park, Mira noticed a small bird's feather on the ground. And so the story of the girl with a big heart and a small hand who did a big favor for a tiny bird spread throughout the neighborhood.